Welcome to the Luxury Life YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about how FBI solved the $1.6 billion Instagram scam. So, before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to this channel for future updates. On his Instagram account, real estate mogul and social media influencer Hushpuppi was known for making posts about private jets, fast cars, and tossing money into the air like confetti. He had no idea he was leaving a digital trail for all of us at the FBI, and his bravado eventually led us to the facts. A multi-billion-dollar money laundering scheme. He had stolen 1.6 billion dirhams in total from the United Arab Emirates. It's a crime so heinous that it'll leave you speechless. I was certainly one of them. Here's the lowdown on how he pulled it off, what he spent all that cash on, and how he was eventually apprehended. At the Federal Bureau of Investigation, things can move slowly at times. I remember thinking it would be like in the movies when I was a child. You're familiar with apprehending and prosecuting the world's criminal masterminds. Here's the deal with the job. It's a lie. Not every case has a story worthy of international attention. Warning: this article contains spoilers. Many times, this line of work is just like any other, with a lot of paperwork, but every now and then, we come across a case that is so out of this world that we feel we've received our $66,000 per year salary. One such case was Hushpuppi. Here's some background on Hushpuppi, in case you weren't aware. I know I didn't, but I don't spend much time on Instagram. Rahman Abbas is his real name. He is a Nigerian social media influencer and self-described real estate entrepreneur. He knows how to play the social media game for what it's worth. Mr. Abbas has over 2.5 million followers and has amassed a fortune of millions of dollars at the age of 37. He now spends millions of dollars in a very public manner and shares pictures of his luxurious lifestyle on the internet. And when I say luxurious, I mean it. Mr. Hushpuppi's most famous posts show him standing in front of what we can only presume are private properties, going on massive shopping sprees where he is seen splurging on Gucci, Versace, and Fendi clothing, with shirts costing $1,000 or more, and of course plenty of pictures of him in front of a variety of super fast and super expensive vehicles. A $300,000 Rolls-Royce and a $200,000 Ferrari are two of his favorite automobiles. However, he also resided in the opulent and exclusive Palazzo Versace in Dubai. He also has footage of himself taking off in a helicopter from his waterfront home on the internet. This man did everything he could to make it known that he was extremely wealthy. And Hushpuppi quickly realized that his talent for cultivating a social media audience would provide us with all that we needed to secure his arrest here at the FBI. Here's the thing about Hushpuppi. He made all of his money into a money laundering scheme. Money laundering is based on a basic concept. Essentially, somebody would hide the true source of their funds. In the case of Hushpuppi, he defrauded banks, private investors, and businesses out of millions of dollars by tricking them into depositing funds into an account that he and his team will then use for their own purchases. When our team at the FBI examined the information we'd gathered after his arrest, we discovered over 100,000 fraud files and over 2 million addresses that appeared to be possible victims in phone and email records. The businesses that Hushpuppi targeted were spread across 2 continents. It was a global crime. When a paralegal at a New York law firm wired money into Mr. Abbas's account, he stole $923,000 from him. This paralegal had been given orders to wire the funds to a specific bank account, which Abbas and his team had duped them into using. The $923,000 was supposed to go toward a client's refinancing. Instead, it went to whatever Mr. Abbas desired. But that's just one example of Abbas's deception. He defrauded a foreign financial institution of $14.7 million by directing funds to a Romanian bank account. Other evidence suggests that he has used deception to dupe victims into depositing money in U.S. bank accounts. Attempting to rob $124 million from an English Premier League soccer team is arguably his greatest possible fraud. Fortunately, what we know about his attempted con is that it was just that. To be honest, this type of illegal activity makes us feel sick to our stomach as FBI agents. Last year, cyber fraud resulted in the theft of over $1.7 billion. It's an ongoing issue that doesn't seem to go anywhere. Like a shame scar that refuses to disappear with time, as the years pass and more harsh weathers of life arise, it almost seems to become more pronounced. But luckily, Hushpuppi isn't one of those scars that never formed. So, here's what happened during the arrest. See, Ramon Abbas had unwittingly provided us with all that we needed to make his arrest, and it was all thanks to his frequent postings on Instagram and other social media sites. On Snapchat, he claimed to be a billionaire Gucci master. He didn't conceal his money or his way of life. He did, however, reveal a little too much detail one day. It was his birthday, and he couldn't wait to share those Instagram legends. According to one of the posts, I started my day with sushi at Nobu in Monte Carlo, Monaco, then booked a helicopter to have facials at the Christian Dior Spa in Paris, and finished the day with champagne at Gucci. Then he continued to hashtag all mine, and pose in front of a slew of Bentleys, Mercedes-Benz Ferraris, and Rolls-Royces. But there was some crucial details right there for us to see. He had his email and phone number saved to his Instagram, and when our bureau's detective dug a little deeper, we were able to connect it to financial transactions and transfers linked to co-conspirators. The email account also included emails with attachments relating to wire transfers and high dollar amounts, according to our affidavit. Well, one of his posts included a photo of his birthday cake, which featured a Fendi logo on top. From a previous U.S. visa submission, our investigators were able to confirm his date of birth. We had everything we needed. We made our move on July 2, 2020. Mr. Ramon Hushpuppi Abbas was immediately apprehended by our friends in the United Arab Emirates, who went straight to his Dubai apartment and arrested him. From Dubai, they sent him to us, and now our agents have him locked up at the Metropolitan Correction Center in Chicago. We confiscated his properties after his detention. There was almost $41 million in cash and 13 top-of-the-line luxury cars worth a total of $6.8 million. This cyber criminal would be transferred to Los Angeles, and if convicted, he could be sentenced to life in prison. Money laundering is a serious crime, and it becomes even more so when the sums involved are in the millions of dollars. Hushpuppi could face up to 20 years in jail. And don't forget about all of those opulent luxury cars and immaculate Gucci outfits. They're all gone. Mr. Abbas, you're back to square one. We've recently learned defendants like the one from his lawyer, Mr. Posetsky, who claims Mr. Abbas is an Instagram celebrity, a social media personality, and he obviously poses with high-end things because that's what he's paying to do. That's what he's produced after growing up in a very poor family in Nigeria. He was able to establish himself as a well-known Instagram personality with millions of followers. People see him with Louis Vuitton bags or suits or Gucci bags or clothes or fancy cars, and they want what he has. They are interested in purchasing it. Today, that's a career. Even if it's difficult to believe, that's a full-time job. In other words, this lawyer believes that by using social media to create a profile on this cyberpunk, we're implying more proof of greater corruption, and that we're not only looking at the evidence in front of us for his crimes. Pleasant attempt. Here's the deal. This individual, Mr. Hushpuppi, was at the helm of a multi-billion-dollar multinational con. It cut through continents, affecting a slew of businesses and potentially millions of people. His techniques were among the most ancient in the script. He stole over $100 million from unsuspecting businesses using business email compromise systems, network intrusions, and, of course, money laundering. Don't try to convince me that just because he flaunted it online doesn't mean he's a thief, or that just because his work requires him to flaunt money means he doesn't have any. The truth is in front of us, and if it were up to me, Hushpuppi would prevent a Charlie horse from galloping straight to the slammer for a maximum sentence of 20 years. So, if you thought money scams were a thing of the past, and that people being duped into putting their money into international bank accounts simply didn't happen anymore, it seems that you were mistaken. It's one of the most common forms of criminal activity, and sadly, anyone can become a victim of these heinous crimes, which not only destroy businesses, but also people's lives. The good news is that it seems that these con artists can't help but flaunt their obscene riches on the internet. Like our friend Mr. Hushpuppi, who, without even realizing it, had left us all the proof we wanted to march right up to his house. We advise everyone out there to stay sharp, wise, and careful when transferring money. What do you think of our list? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want more videos from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.